Give this content a thumbs up by hitting the like button. And subscribe to the channel to get notification of further content regarding GCC past examinations questions and solutions. The ACT questions and recommended solutions. Taken from June 2017 examination. Question 1. Part 1.1. Define the following terms as given in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Employer means a person who employs or provides work to any person and remunerates or undertake to remunerate him/her but excludes labor broker as defined in the Labor Relation Act. Chief Executive Officer, CEO. Mean a person who is responsible for overall management and control of the business. Workplace means any place or premises which a person performs work during the course of his employment. Part 1.2. Name the general duty of an employer and self-employed person to persons other than their employees. Solution. Ensure that persons that may be directly affected by his activities are not exposed to hazards that may affect their health and safety. Part 1.3. The CEO must ensure that the duties of his employer are properly discharged, but this does not relieve the employer of any responsibility or liability under the OHS Act. What must the employer prove to be relieved from this responsibility or liability when an employee caused an incident? Solution. Prove that the employee was acting without permission on the employer. Part 1.4. Every fatal incident or other incident in which a person suffers the loss of a limb or is likely to be unable to work for a period of 14 days and any major incident shall forthwith be reported to the provincial director. Name 3 other cases where there was no injury although the health or safety of persons was endangered, which must also be forthwith reported to an inspector. Solution. Spillage of dangerous substance. Loss of containment in pressure vessel thus resulting in uncontrolled release of substance. Catastrophic failure or fracture of machinery or engineered structure resulting in unsafe conditions such as falling objects, uncontrollable moving objects. Question 2. 2.1. When is it not a requirement to appoint health and safety representatives? Solution. When there is less than 20 people employed at a workplace. 2.2. Who is eligible for designation as a health and safety representative? Solution. A person employed on full-time basis. A person that is acquainted with conditions and activities at that workplace. 2.3. You employ 54 employees at the workplace where you manufacture concrete products. How many health and safety representatives must you designate? Solution. At least 1 health and safety representative. 2.4. You employ 54 employees at the workplace where you sell building material. How many health and safety representatives must you designate? Solution. At least 1 health and safety representative. 2.5. When must you establish a health and safety committee? Solution. When 2 or more health and safety representative have been designated. 2.6. How do you determine the number of members of a health and safety committee? Solution. A health and safety committee shall consist of such number of members as the employer may from time to time determine. Provided the following. 1. All health and safety reps shall be members of the committee. 2. Number of persons nominated by the employer shall not exceed the number of health and safety reps. 2.7. How often must a health and safety committee meet? Solution. As often as necessary. At least once every 3 months. 2.8. Name 2 functions of a health and safety committee. Solution. Hold meetings 3 monthly. Determine proceedings at meetings. Health and Safety Committee shall discuss any incident at the workplace or section thereof in which or in consequence of which any person was injured, became ill or died, and may in writing report on the incident to an inspector. Health and Safety Committee shall keep record of each recommendation made to an employer in terms of subsection 1a, and of any report made to an inspector in terms of subsection 1b. 2.9. What records must a Health and Safety Committee keep? Solution. A record of recommendations made to the employer. Reports made to the inspector. November 2017 examination. Question 1. Part 1.1. Define each of the following terms as given in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Mandatory means an agent, contractor, or subcontractor for work, but without derogating from his status as an employer. Prescribed means prescribed by regulation. Part 1.2. In terms of Section 7 of the Act, the Chief Inspector may direct any category of employers, by notice in the Government Gazette, to prepare a written policy concerning the protection of the health and safety of his or her employees at work. The Chief Inspector has published such a notice on September 2, 2005 under Government Notice No. R859. In the schedule to the notice, the Chief Inspector identified inter alia, electric cable manufacturing, safety razor blade manufacturing, and also panel beating and spraying as a separate business. 1.2.1. Which guidelines concerning the contents of the health and safety policy did the Chief Inspector give in the notice? Solution. The OSHA's 18001, Occupational Health and Safety Management System, and OSHA's 18002, Guideline for Implementation of OSHA's 18001. 1.2.2. What must be done with the health and safety policy document once it has been drawn up? Solution. Prominently display a copy of the policy doc signed by CEO at place of work. Part 1.3. What must an article, which has been designed, manufactured, imported, sold, or supplied for use at work, comply with? Solution. Article shall be safe and without risk to health when properly used. Shall comply with all prescribed requirements. Part 1.4. Any person who manufactures, imports, sells or supplies any substance for use at work shall take necessary steps to ensure that certain information is available. What information must be available when supplying such substance? Solution. Information regarding use of the substance at work. Risks to health and safety associated with such a substance. Necessary conditions to ensure safety when substance is properly used. Procedures to be followed in case of accident involving the substance. Question 2. Part 2.1. An employer and the representatives of his employees recognized by him, or, where there are no such representatives, the employees, shall consult in good faith regarding the arrangements and procedures for the nomination or election, period of office and subsequent designation of health and safety representatives. 2.1.1. What must you do where such consultation fails? Solution. Arbitration with a person mutually agreed by both parties. 2.1.2. What must you do if the parties do not agree within 14 days on an arbitrator? Solution. Employer to notify the industrial court in writing to this effect. Part 2.2. Name 2 functions of health and safety representatives. Solution. Identify potential hazards and potential major incidents in the workplace. Review the effectiveness of health and safety measures. Examine the causes of incidents in the workplace. Part 2.3. A health and safety committee shall consist of such number of members as the employer may determine from time to time. 2.3.1. If 2 or more health and safety committees have been established in respect of a workplace, on which committee must the health and safety representatives serve? Solution. Health and safety representative shall serve on at least one of those committees. 2.3.2. How many persons nominated by the employer may be appointed on any health and safety committee? Solution. Must not exceed the number of health and safety reps serving on the concerned committee. Part 2.4. Who must determine the procedures at meetings of the Health and Safety Committee? Solution. To be determined by the committee. Part 2.5. What may the Health and Safety Committee do when they need particular knowledge of a specific health and safety matter? Solution. Appoint a person or two by virtue of his knowledge on the health and safety matter as an advisory member of the committee. Part 2.6. The Act allows the Minister to incorporate health and safety standards into the regulations. 2.6.1. what is the legal position of a health and safety standard which is incorporated in the regulations? Solution. Health and safety standard is deemed to be regulation. 2.6.2 When any health and safety standard is at any time after the incorporation thereof amended or substituted by the competent authority, what is the legal position of the amended or substituted standard? Solution. The notice of amendment incorporating that standard shall be deemed to refer to that standard. The end of questions and recommended solutions for Legal Knowledge Exams Year 2017. Thank you.